Hey, it's Ian from Las Vegas Scooters and Lifts again. Today I'm reviewing the GoGo Endurance. So hi, if you're new to the channel, my name's Ian. I run this store with my wife Jenny, Las Vegas Scooters and Lifts, and we deal with mobility scooters, power wheelchairs and vehicle lifts and other things as well, repairs, service, installations, that sort of thing. So if you find this content interesting, consider subscribing, we appreciate that. So let's get on with today's video. Okay, so we got a GoGo Endurance in, and I'm going to review it. As always, give you some insights to this scooter, what its special features are. And I think its most special feature is its lithium-ion battery, which is, you can see, there's the logo. So obviously it's a lithium-powered scooter. It's basically based around the GoGo LX platform, so the running gear, the plastic shrouds, seat, tiller, all that kind of good stuff, controller, it's all the LX platform. So what you get with this scooter, let's go through some of its features. Obviously it's four-wheel, so that gives you great stability. You have the typical front light, the suspension, the larger footboard, and your lithium-ion battery pack. Standard GoGo seat, as normal. Standard GoGo top console with the new ambient voltmeters, and they've made the key a little bit more proud on the top, so you can get your finger in there and call that the easy pull key. Tiller's just the same as a normal LX or the Sport or the Travel Plus, which is discontinued, but it's still got the same operating features there, where you can pull it towards you for forward, push it away for forward on that side, pull it towards you for reverse, push it away for reverse, so it's left or right-handed, whichever. But if you do like to go forward that way, we can switch that around, but that's by and by. You get a small basket with the lock-in tab there, so that keeps your basket safe if you do transport this on a vehicle carrier. That stops your basket from flying away. Normal top console with your horn button, the little rubber bumper there to protect the horn button in case you do drop it onto the battery connector on the floor, which we recommend you don't do. I'll show you that. It comes apart just the same as any regular scooter. You've got your tiller adjust there, your normal features like your charge port on the top there, and your light switch around the side there. Going down the tiller, it's got a higher weight capacity than your standard GoGo, 325 pounds, 147 kilos. So I've upped the weight capacity on there, just your usual symbols, read your manual. Don't leave any articles of clothing lying around or hanging off the back of the chair because it can get caught in the wheels. And don't go out in any sort of wet precipitation weather, like snow, rain, sleet, hail, that kind of stuff. Your normal fuse port there for your charger, and also one for your light there. So that's just operated there. Normal features as always. Your two little holes there on the tiller, there for rear view mirrors. If you want a rear view mirror, you can opt for that option there. You can get cup holders, walker holders, all the rest of the good stuff, which all go in the back there at your rear mounting point, where you get your pin with the scooter. So this scooter comes in two colours. This is the matte red. It's not metallic or shiny or anything like that. It's a matte finish, and the silver is just a standard silver, pretty much the same as what you'll get on if you choose that on the let me just go around here. same matte silver as you get on the, there it is, on the ZT8 or on the Revo. They offer that in a, call it grey street, I'm not sure they call it silver in this. So, yep, at the front of the scooter you have a little tray there. If you want to put loose change, keys or whatever, you can put in there, packet of hankies or whatever, I don't know. Going down your tiller, you got your front tiller lock there, plus a rubber bumper at the front there, just to help not hit the shroud. Nice foot shroud on this, nice and wide, great design, love that feature there. Same as the ZT8, like I said, the LX. But I saw this a few years ago when they, I think it was 2019 when they were developing the lithium battery pack. I actually picked the battery pack up thinking it was a regular battery pack and nearly launched it into the ceiling because it was so light. And that's what they wanted to do. Some of the complaints from the customers is the batteries were too heavy, especially if you got into the extended range, like the Traveller Plus or the Elite Traveller now comes with an extended range pack, which is your 18 AH. You can even get 22 AH put in them if you want. So give you even a little bit more range. Standard charge port on the battery pack, as well as your fuse port, as well as your circuit breaker as well. So any problems, the circuit breaker will trip. If there's any problems with shorts or problem with the battery, that'll trip to save the scooter. And also your fuse port there for the charge port, and a little rubber cover just to keep it all nicely protected. Going around the back of the scooter, under your seat, your normal turn handle there, you just lift it up and it locks into so many positions. You've seen that all before. Armrests, just the regular, lift up and down, adjustable in and out as well. The back of the seat you have your pouch, so you can take your charger with you if you wanted to, or whatever you want to put in the back there. Seat folds down as normal. I've already showed you the accessory port, your two pins there to keep your armrest locked into place in case these do loosen off and you're transporting it. It stops your arms from flying off. You don't want to replace those. Yep, seat rotates 360 degrees, locks in different positions, all the way around. Seen that before. That's your release handle for the quick release front and rear separation. There's your rear suspension springs, your brake handle, your other suspension spring there, your anti-tip wheels, trailing wheels there, and your rear handle for moving the scooter, lifting the back end. Comes apart just like any other go-go. Seat comes off, battery pack comes off, front and rear separates, tiller folds down, then basket comes off. So just if you do take this and transport it, always remove the key, just as normal. Okay, so with the Endurance, you do get a specific charger for this scooter. It's a lithium-ion charger, 24 volt, 3 amp charger there. So that's the charger that Pride supply for this scooter. That's what the manufacturer recommends. So it's dedicated for lithium-ion batteries only. Do not use one of these on a standard sealed lead or gel acid battery. They will not work and it will damage either the scooter and charger. Batteries and charger, so don't use them, and vice versa. Don't use an SLA or gel battery charger on a lithium battery. It's going to cause you problems. So now let's go into a few specifications on this scooter. Okay, so when you get the scooter out of the box, you will get this sign here. It's in several languages, and it's how to deal with the lithium battery when you first get it delivered and what you need to do. So your lithium battery is shipped in shutdown mode prior to initial use. The battery must be charged off the scooter following these steps below in this order. Connect the XLR, that's the silver pin end. Show you that, that's that end. put that on the charging port in the battery pack. Remember to take the battery pack off the scooter. Plug the charge power into the wall, into the electric outlet. Wait for 2 minutes. The 2 red LED lights on the charger signify that the charger has begun. The batteries will fully charge when the LED on the battery charger is green. So prior to you using the scooter, put it on charge and then wait for the charge light to turn green. Once you've done that, your batteries are in use mode, but remember that's what you get in the box. Put that to one side. So some of the specifications on the S54LXLIT, that's its model number, or GoGo Endurance LI as they call it. Like I said, it's got 325 pound weight capacity. It will do up to 4.2 miles an hour. It does come in 2 battery pack sizes, obviously an optional battery pack, but one of them will not be compatible for airline travel. The standard battery that you get with the LI, the Endurance, is going to be the 8 amp hour battery pack, and that will get you 7.2 miles. If you do opt for the extra Maxx battery, it's 14.4 miles, and it's a 16 amp hour battery. But again, that will not be airline friendly because the watt hours are going to be way too big for the FAA's guidelines. So if you do want this to travel on airlines, then go for the standard battery pack, which is your 8 amp hour, and that takes you underneath the 330 watt hours. I think it's something like that the FAA put the restrictions on. You may have to take the battery pack on board with you, but check with your airline before you decide to travel. So you may have that to do. So basically, this is like I said, the platform of the LX. So everything else is pretty much standard with the overall length. Length is 42 inches, width is 20.5 inches, turning radius 48.25 inches. The front tyres are 2 inch by 8 inch, and the rear tyre is slightly wider at 2.5 by 8 inch. So looking at some of the weights on the scooter, like I said, they're going to be comparable to the LX, but the biggest difference is going to be that battery pack. So the total weight without the batteries is 93.5 pounds, so that's complete without the batteries. And with the 8 amp hour batteries, which this one is featured, is 101.5, and with the 16 amp hour is 105.5. So there's only like a 4 pound difference between the 8 amp hour and 16 amp hour. Heaviest piece when disassembled is going to be your front section at 40.75 pounds, so nearly 41 pounds. Standard seating, 17 by 17, typical Pride GoGo seat with the standard armrests. So your warranty on this scooter is slightly different to the GoGos. You do get a lifetime warranty on your frame, which is normal for all manufacturers nowadays. They lifetime warranty the frame. It is a limited warranty, so don't go dropping it and expecting the manufacturers to replace it. So it's only if manufacturers defects, like a weld defect or something like that, you're just driving along and it just breaks apart on you, which I've never ever seen that, only on one scooter, but the guy was way over his weight capacity. But yeah, electronics, typical 2 years as standard, limited as well for any manufacturer's defects. Drive motors, basically that's the same as your motor transaxle and brake, 2 years as well. And the biggest difference between your standard GoGo, which is a 6-month battery warranty, this has actually got a 2-year warranty on the batteries. So they warranty that for 2 years for any defects of the batteries. Now that doesn't go to say that they'll cover it because you haven't charged it or you've stored it wrong or something like that. It's only if there's a defect from the manufacturer that the battery has failed for some reason. If you've forgotten to charge it, or you've overcharged it, then that probably won't be covered under the warranty. So those people who are looking to get one of these scooters under the insurance, as in Medicare or Humana or any of those kind of insurances, this is not covered under their coding, so you wouldn't be able to get this scooter through Medicare or Humana or that kind of thing. Personal insurance, if you have a private insurance, then check with your insurance company whether they cover DME, which is durable and medical equipment, and see if you can then purchase this out of pocket yourself and then recuperate it through your insurance. But check with your insurances. We don't deal with any insurances, so don't take this as gospel, but check with your insurance and see if you can get one of these through your own private insurance. But Medicare, it's not covered. So stylistic things with this scooter. I do like the LX, I do like the zero turn, I do like the wider footboard or the longer footboard, but you do add a bit of weight to your scooter if you do choose this scooter. But for comfort wise, they did away with pneumatic tyres a few years ago, so they actually converted to solid rubber wheels, and also foam filled wheels as well, tyres, for replacement for the pneumatics, because I don't think they could supply enough inner tubes and tyres for people to replace, and it was a pain in the butt. So they went for the solid tyres. Most manufacturers now only do the solid rubber tyres or foam filled. There are some recreational scooters like the things like your e-wheels, recreational stuff, that some of those do come with pneumatic tyres. I think the Metro scooter, that does come with pneumatic tyres. So there are some out there, some different brands. I think Golden may even do a pneumatic tyre scooter as well. So there are some scooters out there with pneumatic tyres, but they're usually typically the bigger scooters. So if you're looking for a comfortable ride, then pneumatic's always the best, but what most manufacturers do now is they put the suspension on these scooters to give you a better, comfortable ride. This is actually very good at the back. The suspension is pretty good, especially the sidewall cracks. The control joints I've mentioned in other videos can get a little bit painful on the back and the butt if you're out on this for quite some time. So that suspension does help a little bit. The front is a little bit wishy-washy. It's not as spongy as I would like. It's got a little bit of give, but not a lot. So, and that tends to be a bit rattly at the front, like most scooters. But yeah, let's take this for a test drive. It's going to act just like any normal scooter, but the big difference is going to be that battery. Now, I've got the seat at quite a high position because I've got longish kind of legs, so I always like to sit at 90 degree, so I'm nice and comfortable. Plenty of foot room, like I said, size 11 US, size 10 UK, big feet, so my feet fit in there nice and comfortable. I can move them around, put a piece of shopping in front of there if I needed to. Plus you can get a rear basket there if you wanted to take this for a little shopping trip. You also got room for your feet at the front there, so if you move around, do whatever you want, but just be careful of the shrouds. You don't want to mark those up. So everything's pretty normal. Positioning, you can alter the tiller forward and backwards to how you feel comfortable. We always like to drive straight armed, so it saves you turning too sharply. So you don't want to tip out of these things. Once you do, you will probably never drive one again. So speed dial, normal position, slowest, fastest. Everything's there in front of you to operate, like your horn, your key, your speed dial, forward and backwards, whether you're left or right-handed. Everything's there in front of you. So, and like I said, you've got your light switch just there. Now let's turn the scooter on. There goes the dial. We haven't charged this. Oh yeah, there it goes. So we did a check and checked the battery. We did the initial charge a couple of days ago, so this is sat for a couple of days. So that shows full, and that's your ambient light meter there, so that'll go duller when it's darker outside. This camera doesn't pick it up so well, but it should get brighter. yeah, this doesn't pick it up so good, you can't see that change, but it does work. So horn, just a standard Pride little beep horn, not that loud, but it's there if you need it. Yeah, the brake clicking away at the back there, that's a good sound. 2 keys as normal, easy pull, like I said, the bigger, easy pull, and then a little spare key there. So I always say put one on your house keys, one on your car keys, just in case. Little horn button, rubber bumper to protect it there, speed dial. No indicators on this, even though this is like a standard gauge that you use on all their scooters, the ones that feature turn signals. For the Americans, we call them indicators because we're indicating which direction we go. Anyway, so usually reverse is reverse, so you pull it towards you at slow speed, nice and slow start, nice and slow speed. Forward, it's going to be a little bit quicker, but not that much. It's slow speed, so yeah, nice and comfortable slow speed. We've seen some of the older kind of scooters, you know, even before that one, they were a little jerky to take off, and especially the Traveller, but the earlier Traveller Pluses, they kind of was full speed takeoff, but even this one is got a nice slow progressive. They've actually changed the programming in these now. They have a progressive start, and we see a lot of people that sit on these scooters when they first test drive them, and they'll be tugging on the handle like, why ain't it going, why ain't it going? Give the chance for the scooter to move. It's a medical device, not a recreational device. Pull it towards you and it'll go. Again, feathered throttle just like any other scooter, but as you pull it towards you, it's not quite fully pulled, so you have got a variation of speed from slow to full speed, depending on where you set your I'm going to just take this charger out of the basket so stop it from clunking around. So yeah, here we go, we're at about 3/4 speed, nice and stable as usual. I always slow down for this corner because it's pretty tight. Take it a little bit wider. Your front pathway lighter there, illuminating the pathway for like nighttime sort of situation where you need to be seen or be seeing what you're driving on, some paths or whatever. You don't want to be running into rocks and stones and other things. But yeah, operate it either way, pushing forward on this lever, or you can pull backwards on that one to go forward, and vice versa, pull it back towards you to go reverse on that. Reverse is always slower, so just so you obviously, people that can't turn around, it's not going to suddenly speed up and go faster in reverse. Tiller's always nice and comfortable. I always say about these D-shape or Delta tillers, they call them, it protects your fingers in case you do run into anything like a wall or a post if you're in the supermarket or a shopping mall or something like that, and you get distracted by somebody and you do happen to hit something, it will protect your fingers. It's not like a straight handlebar where your hands are outside of the scooter and you could hurt yourself, damage your knuckles. So I always like the Delta tiller. You can rest your palms on there as well and still operate it, where you can rest your palm and pull it towards you. Obviously it's the same, I'm using my left hand here. But yeah, you can use your fingertips, use any, so dexterity issues, you can use your fingers, whatever. You can even use your thumbs. You can rest your fingers there and use your thumbs to operate it. I sometimes do that when I'm test driving. If I'm out for 20-30 minutes, even longer, I sometimes switch from fingers to thumbs, just so I can rest my hand on there. Makes it a bit more comfortable. Top speed 4.2 miles an hour, which is fast enough for one of these scooters. Pretty low ground clearance, so just be careful with any thresholds, speed bumps, if you're going through car parks and things like that. So the suspension is nice at the back. Like I said, it's pretty spongy. It's not too bad. they're not adjustable shocks. So on some of the big ones they do put an adjustable shock on, but not these. These are just basic coil springs, just to give you a bit better of a ride. But yeah, comfortable seat as always. That's typical for Pride. Nice and spongy seat, so it's not like some manufacturers where they have really skinny seats. Like that one's a really skinny one, and also things like Solex transformer isn't too bad, but there are some manufacturers like Drive. They used to do really skinny seats. I think the Scout has a really skinny seat and wheels that are made out of concrete. So yeah, overall really comfortable just riding inside here. So the seat does wobble a bit, but they all do. That's what it's made to do because of the way it rotates all the way 360 degrees. So you can get on and off wherever, or even pull up to a table if they allow you to pull up to the table, eat your lunch. My mother used to do that, eat her lunch, and then she'd do this, turn around, get on the scooter, and then drive off without paying and leave me to pay. God bless her. But anyway, yeah, overall really comfortable scooter, and it's great feature with the lithium-ion battery, making it a lot lighter, and also probably going to give you the better drive range than some of the sealed lead acid batteries. But overall, there we go. Okay, Jenny's got the camera now, so I'm just going to quickly disassemble this. You've seen it all before. Pretty standard stuff. Basket comes off, key comes out. Always do that. I always put it in the basket so I know where the hell it is, because me and keys don't get on, as you notice. Fold your seat back down, standard. Front and back, lift straight up, put it to one side. Next thing is your battery pack. So this is its key thing, is how light it is. It's what, 7 pounds maybe. So it does actually lean to one side because it looks like they put all the batteries to one side, so it will actually lean, but it's still light. Like I said, when they first introduced this, I nearly put it through the ceiling. But that's your battery pack, nice and light. This is all pretty much standard stuff on all Go-Go's, especially LX. You have a front facing pin there for your seat post if you want to remove it, plus also different height adjustments. I always set them high. We can always go down if you need it adjusting. Battery connector, just be careful with that when you're folding your tiller, which is your next thing. Just loosen it a little bit. I always say keep it parallel to the floor and then just lock it up. So to stop it doing that, as we all know, we've got a little lock button at the front, push and turn. That locks that, stop it from hitting you in the stomach or wherever. Next thing, I mean, you can lift it like that, but you do have the option of the quick release, which is there, and that's your rear section. Heaviest portion is your front section, and that's basically how you would load it. Load this bit first, put your battery pack on there, then put the other bits in. And then to reassemble, just as normal, green stripes there, corresponding. I always look with the LX version and also the ZT, I look through here. It makes it a lot easier to locate that position. It should just come together as easy as that. If it doesn't, stop and start again. Release your tiller up, put it in your favorite position, unlock the steering, get your battery pack, locate back, and make sure it's located and pushed all the way down. If you do have trouble releasing these battery packs, I find if you get your fingers in the little gaps there and pull them forward, it's a lot easier. Little tip there, especially on the bigger, heavier battery pack. And you see, again, lift it from the back of the seat, tilt it forward, locate your hole, put your seat back up, and your basket and key. And it's as quick as that. How to disassemble the Endurance. So that is your Go-Go Endurance Li by Pride Mobility. So overall, pretty good scooter. So it's got that nice lightweight battery. You can upgrade to the 16 Maxx battery, so that's your choice. Pricing for these sort of things, it is a little bit more expensive than your standard LX and Go-Go's and that sort of thing, because of its lithium-ion battery. Some dealers are going to be all different prices, so it all depends where you are in the country and where you purchase it from. So that is your GoGo Endurance Li. So hope you found this video informative. Hope you've enjoyed looking over the new GoGo Endurance. Like I said, we saw this a few years ago and decided to get one in and give it a try. So yeah, so if you like this video, consider subscribing, like and share. Give us that thumbs up. We appreciate it. Helps us out immensely. And we'll see you on the next video. So have a good one. Bye now.